Good morning. So here this is your chemistry class, 10th class. This is the very first chapter, very first lecture for the 10th class, and here we are going to discuss, here we are going to go with our very first chapter of our syllabus and the important part of the ICSC syllabus for the board examination, that begins with organic chemistry. So today we are going to discuss this organic chemistry. So now what is basically there in this organic chemistry? The very first thing we are going to discuss is the term itself. So we have studied about a number of compounds in chemistry till now, till our 9th class. We studied electrovalent, polar compounds. We heard the term non-polar compounds, electrovalent, or you say it covalent compounds. So number of compounds, number of bonding, and number of the chemical compositions and the definitions we went through, and somehow they all were related with the periodic table itself. So we discussed the periodic table as well in our previous class, and now we will also slowly will move to the elements just which are present after the atomic number of 20. So first of all, here we are going to talk of the compounds of the organic chemistry. Okay, so we are going to, first of all, I would like to introduce you to this topic. This topic, it is basically about the organic chemistry. Now organic chemistry is the chemistry that deals with the organic compounds. So it is a separate, distinct branch of chemistry which has been made just because of the unique properties of carbon, which we will discuss later on. But organic chemistry, to put it in brief and to put it in the general language, it is the study of the organic materials, whatever the organic materials are present in our surroundings, like the which belong to the vegetable or the animal origin. Okay, so as it is very clear from the very first line, there it is written, there it is written there it is written like this. Lavoisier, it is written, Lavoisier, he classified the substances into organic and inorganic. Now what are the organic substances? Which belong to the vegetable and animal origin, but the ones which do not belong, they are referred to as the inorganic. So here we are going to study of the organic substances. So that is the classification which is somehow responsible in the work of moving forward in the study of organic chemistry. Now after this particular scientist, Berzelius, came. So Berzelius stated that there is a presence of a vital force which was necessary for producing the organic compound. So there is existing a kind of attractive force, a kind of intermolecular force between the organic compounds, between the molecules of the organic compounds. So that is another progress in this field, in this study. But later Wohler came. Wohler proved that the natural vital force theory wrong by synthesizing urea. So Berzelius said that vital force is responsible for the production of these organic compounds. But Wohler, he proved him wrong by stating that the vital force theory is wrong because he has synthesized urea, he has produced urea. Okay, so somehow he proved that the vital force is not necessary and one can produce these particular compounds through the laboratory methods. Okay, now organic chemistry is the chemistry of the specific carbon compounds, as it is mentioned. It is a study of the specific carbon compounds. Okay, so organic chemistry, it is written, that is a study of the specific carbon compounds. Now carbon compounds, because they are the unique property of carbon, is wholly responsible or is almost wholly responsible for their production, although hydrogen is involved as well, because these compounds are basically the hydrocarbons. Now hydrocarbon is the compounds containing carbon and hydrogen only. So this is a chemistry of the specific carbon compounds. And except oxides, what is not included in it are oxides, carbonates are not involved in it, are not included in it, and what else, and carbides are not included in it. These are the few compounds that are not included in it. these are the few compounds which are not included in it. So it is a study of the specific carbon compounds in which only hydrogen, mostly there are hydrocarbons only. So these are the organic compounds composed of carbon and hydrogen only. What comes under it are basically CH4, that is methane, and C2H6 ethane, C2H4 which is ethene, and ethyne, that is C2H2. So these are the few major compounds or the introductory which come in the very beginning when you are studying the hydrocarbons. Later on we are having natural sources of these organic compounds. Natural sources of the organic compounds are plants, animals. So in coal also this type of chemistry is existing, okay, in that particular branch of the our social life. Importance of these organic compounds: the compounds are of volcanic or of organic origin. Food, dyes, clothing, fuels, medicine. See, few food, what is included here, they have given that your food, your dyes, your clothing, in petrol, in that is your fuels, and in your medicines as well. Okay, it is used everywhere in every branch of the daily life. Now the unique nature of carbon is that the tetravalency which is present in it. Tetravalency is that it is the compound which is having the four valence electrons, that is it can either, now because carbon is having the four valence electrons, so what it does is it forms the four bonds like this. Four bonds it forms, and because of the formation of these four bonds, suppose here is hydrogen, here is hydrogen, here this presence of the hydrogen, so like it forms the bonds with the hydrogen atoms, and it is also having the capability of forming the various bonds with its own atoms. So that is self linking, we'll discuss it later on. So it is having the four electrons in its outermost shell, so it is having the valency of 4, and these four valence electrons are the reason for the formation of four bonds when it reacts with any kind of element. So carbon is hence tetravalent or exhibits tetravalency. Atomic number is 6 and electronic configuration is 2 and 4. Atomic number is 6, electronic configuration is, see it's mentioned, atomic number is 6, electronic configuration is 2,4. So that is the basic properties of carbon, and they are just responsible for the formation of the long chains of carbon atoms, or the reaction of carbon atoms with other elements like hydrogen, basically hydrogen, because here we are studying organic chemistry. So catenation, now the next concept, the next heading is very important, is catenation. Now catenation is basically the keyword which comes for catenation is self linking. Keyword is self linking, like this. So what happens is when carbon, it keeps on linking with identical atoms, with the same identical atoms, means formation of long chains of carbon atoms. Tendency of an element, see what is mentioned is that it is basically, what is it, it is a tendency of an element to form, is a tendency of an element to form chains of identical atoms. Catenation is thus the property of elements by virtue of which the atoms of the element can link to each other in the form of chains or of identical atoms. Example, a long chain or ring like structure. So like here you can see what it does is it is having the property of catenation, so there can be the formation of widely discussed compounds like this. See, it is forming the straight chains, and here also it is forming the branched chain. Now branched is what, now this is a straight chain, it is going straight, okay, but branched, when here a branch is produced in this straight line, is straight chain, if a branch is produced like this, okay, so and now like this over here as well, okay, like this over here as well, so like this and like this, okay, so this is the very way. So like this they can form the number of chains, number of, Okay, many chains. So that is the branched chains. Now the closed chains, here is it is clearly given in the book itself. Cyclic compound, cyclic compound, it is given in the book as well, like this. So there can be the formation of double bond between carbon atoms, triple bond between carbon atoms. So that is the various widespread tendencies of the carbon atom, like self-linking, tetravalency. So that is responsible for the production of 90% of the total compounds we are studying in the entire chemistry, and they are totally covalent compounds formed between carbon and hydrogen, like